Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Carroll School of Management at Boston College. My name is Thomas Wesner, and I am the director of the Catalyst program. And this is our 12th year running the program. And so I have been here since the very beginning, and I've known every student pretty much who's attended, who's gone through the program. And it's an incredibly positive, high impact program for all of the students that take it with us. So welcome aboard. Tonight's going to be a quick moving webinar, and we're going to try and answer as many questions as we can in our chat, which those questions will be fed to me. I'm going to go through some PowerPoint slides that will give a great overview, I think, of the program and the advantages and just kind of the structure and all of the key aspects for you to think about. With me tonight is Allie Sales, our assistant director, and she does a lot to help manage the program, often behind the scenes. And so I thank her, and she's going to be responding to emails as well. If we can't get to any of the chat questions, you could email catalyst@bc.edu, and we will respond to those in a timely fashion. Okay, so again, a warm welcome. It's great to have all of you with us. I'll start the presentation with kind of a concise overview of the program. And so let us begin. Let's see. So here we go. The structure, we'll talk about the structure, the coursework, the particular classes students take, the way the credits work, the impact on student transcripts, the costs, and questions at the end. And so let's see, we will first talk about the structure of the program. And may I say, to begin, I think it's important to say, our dean, Andy Boynton, started this program as a sort of bridge for MCAS, Carroll School of Nursing, and Lynch School of Education students to take management classes during the summer, just so they can get a taste and see and an experience taking the broad, functional areas that we study in management. So really, some students would say, is this program sort of like business boot camp? And we would say it is. It's kind of boot camp in the Carroll School of Management, but it's really more than boot camp because it offers some real tangible benefits for students. So again, the program is a bridge and it's a way in. Now, after we started the program 12 years ago, we started to allow students, as most of you know, to minor in the Carroll School of Management. And the minors are extremely popular. And so Catalyst is really a chance for mostly, but not exclusively, MCAS students. We have a lot of Lynch School students as well. And occasionally we have a couple of nurses, and it's open to non-Boston College students as well. And every year we welcome a couple of non-BC students who do great, who fit in really well with our students and who bring their gifts and talents to us as well. So we welcome anyone who's joining. And so just a big picture thought, okay, to begin. The students who take our program are curious, right? They don't have to be here. They commit to coming for a summer. We start 2 days after university commencement. So if a student is an underclassman or woman, they get about a week or maybe 10 days off between their last exam and the first day of Catalyst. And they come ready to go, right? So they want to be exposed to management. And they're all non-management students with all full-time management professors. So they really get a taste of what the Carroll School is like day in and day out. And often, before they decide whether they want to minor or not. And our students are incredible. Employers love Boston College students. Last spring, many of you may know, and if you don't, it's really worth taking a peek. Forbes magazine ranked Boston College as the #1 private university for graduating career-ready graduates, right? Graduates who on day one add value to corporations, right? They come with skills, they come with aptitudes, they're great people, they're engaged citizens, they care about other people, they get along, they're curious, interesting people. So employers love Boston College students. And now the data, probably lags the reality. We've seen this for some years now, and we celebrated that news because we knew it when we teach our students, we know there's something special going on in the classrooms. So Catalyst is an opportunity for students to kind of think deeply about career opportunities and maybe their aspirations and to learn about management. But they're all in a good place if they're at Boston College. And so it's really great. This is just such a tremendous program. Now, so the program dates, right? We start 2 days after commencement, and that's May 21 through July 11th. It's an in-person program. During COVID, we were online, but we're back to in-person exclusively. We run it so it's a 4-day-a-week program, generally 4 days a week. We have a couple of, like our exam week, the last week, we have one half day Monday, but it's 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, with Memorial Day off and a mini break over the 4th of July. And we have Juneteenth in there as well, that I believe is on a Thursday this year. And so that week we have class on Monday because we need the 4 days. Students take 3 full courses, right? 3 credits each. Full course at BC and most colleges, 3 credits. And they take 2 module courses. And those courses, as you can see here at the bottom on the slides, if you're able to see the PowerPoint, it's a career strategies class, professional development and career planning. And they also take an Excel module. The 2 modules or mini courses are 1 credit each and they're pass fail. And so that totals 11 credits in 8 weeks. So if you think about that, right, our normal semester is 15 weeks, 14, 15 weeks, and then 10 days of exams. So it's really a full semester in half the time. So it's really 70, low 70s, 72% of a full semester in half the time. So it's a lot of work. And instead of being in, class 15 hours a week, or our students are in class for 20 hours a week in one less day, right? In 4 days, rather than most students take classes over 5 days. So it's a lot of work and it's a pretty intense pace, but very reasonable. The teachers are excellent in the program. And all the teachers are returning. They've taught in the program for multiple years. They have high energy. They're great communicators. They understand our program and what we're trying to do. So that's kind of the overall structure. So here are the courses that students take. And importantly, as we think about these courses, the full 3 credit courses, all 4 of these courses count towards minors in the Carroll School. So a minor requires that a student take 6 courses in their particular concentration. And our courses count. So students can, for some of the minors, knock off half of it in 8 weeks with us. And they get, again, excellent exposure if they decide they don't want to minor in something, right? So one of the benefits is they might take a course and say, this isn't really for me. Maybe I'll try something else. And about 70% of our students in the past couple of years end up declaring a minor. And again, the Catalyst credits as tailwind as they launch into that. And then the career skills module is run by our career services office, where students do cover letter writing, resume writing, improvement. They edit each other's resumes. They visit employers in and around Boston. They meet with Catalyst alumni. Most of our career panelists that speak to the students and Zoom in with them and speak in the class, and that they go and visit in businesses around Boston. They're mostly all now Catalyst graduates. We've been running so long. And the young alumni, the gold alumni, usually we call them graduates of the last decade, the gold alums that are also Catalyst alums, they talk to other non-business students about how they found their way into management and into the world of work, or how they found their way in a career that might not be related to their major, which could be philosophy or English or history or economics or something, but a non-CSOM major. CSOM meaning Carroll School of Management, for those that aren't familiar with the term. Okay, so there are the 3 classes. And the one note here under full courses is that students, the only choice students get in the Catalyst program, the only thing they can elect is business law or fundamentals of finance. So that's the one Interesting aspect of the program. Both of those count towards minors, and our general business minor is becoming really popular. Um, I teach in the program, so I also have a chance. I teach business law, so I also have a chance to meet and see students in action in my courses. So that's a real thrill for me. And so that's, again, the last and only a course that they can elect to take or decline to take, so to speak. Okay, 11 credits, and here they are: financial accounting, finance or business law, 3 credits, and then marketing principles. And those are great teachers and teachers that are frankly very hard to get, even for Carroll School students who the first day of sign up, of course selection, these classes go quickly. And so students get, excellent teachers. And we know that because we have a very intensive program evaluation at the end, where it's a program evaluation that includes teacher evaluations within the program. And just, to share honestly with parents and anyone else on the call, our ratings on that are extremely high year after year. And one of the questions is, would you, to the students, would you recommend this program to a friend or relative? Or I strongly agree that I would recommend. It's 85, 90, 95%. Super high scores there. And largely because of the teachers and the energy and the learning outcomes of the program and its effect on the way students think about the world of work and what they might see themselves doing. Okay, and the other two are pass, fail, excel, and career. And year in and year out, again, the students talk about the career module as extremely impactful. We try to take a headshot of the students, one of our professional photographers here at BC, in an academic setting in one of our beautiful buildings. The students use these on LinkedIn. They create a LinkedIn account. They start to think about a cover letter and how they can describe their major and their minor and what they're curious about. They really spend time refining these cover letters, which we know are very important to get employers' attention, and to really think about how to convey their strengths and aptitudes. So the career skills, and Excel is also extremely it's popular. It's the students recognize how important it is, right? To help create, pivot tables and to present data in visual form, charts and graphs, and to download, big data sets, and then to show them visually, right, to colleagues or to make a presentation, to see all the incredible things that Excel can do. Our teacher, John Neal's great, superb teacher, excellent person. Students love him, high energy, and such an important class for them to learn about. And again, in the summer setting, without the pressure of having all the on-campus activities and clubs and exercise and exams. We have exams, but it's not as intense as the regular school year. So the pace is much more conducive for students who go to the library together after class or in the evening, or they go running. They have the campus all day, green, the grass is green, it's beautiful, sun sets late. And so they can really enjoy the campus during the summer and learn at a pace that's really conducive for thinking about, the world of work and how the functional areas of management can help a student think about their future. Okay, effects on transcripts. It wouldn't surprise anyone that the courses count, right? I mean, if the credits are to be awarded, there has to be a grade. And so the 11 credits, well, the pass fail or pass fail. But the 3 full courses that the students take will appear on their transcript and, of course, are factored into their GPA. And so we think students obviously want them to be. So they're full classes and they're real classes. Again, the pace is more intense because every class is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we meet from 9:30 to 11:45, and then from 12:30 to 2:45, 4 days a week. So, right, that's 5 hours a class, just about per day. Um, that's a lot of class time. So teachers cover a lot and students have to read and be prepared to cover a lot so that they're ready for class. But again, it's intense and it goes by quickly. And the 3-day weekends really kind of soften the edge and make it very doable and this in the camaraderie of students. Um, and I want to say something else about the integration of our students. BC students are outstanding human beings. So we have students in all grade levels. And what's amazing is how well they integrate during the summer. Seniors mentor, naturally kind of mentor, rising seniors, we'd call them. Really mentor younger students, rising sophomores, rising juniors. They get along well and they share ideas. And, everyone knows that after a few years, you were BC at the same time. It doesn't really matter what year you're in. We have way more in common, right, than we have that would be different. Um, and so that works really well, very harmonious, And we do things for the students, like we have a ropes course, right? We take them on some field trips. We have lunches, we have some breakfasts, we have an orientation, opportunity. We try to give chances for the students to get to know each other. We have a cookout. So we do different things to try and integrate the classes. And the split between finance and law allows students to swap out of a section that they might normally be in and integrate and mix a bit. So everybody kind of gets to know each other. We have Pizza Fridays, which happens to be probably one of the most popular parts of the program. Students love free lunch and they love to, eat together between classes on Friday, sit outside or just eat and get to know each other. So the community aspect of the program is really great. And we have about 2 sections, usually of about 35 students, which is really a great number. 30, 35 students in a class is a great number. So it's a very manageable number, enabling the students to get to know each other, facilitating dialogue, and a lot of contributions and participation by students in class. So it's really, it's harmonious and, a spirited program. Okay, so at the end of the program, everyone receives a certificate of completion. They immediately, I see resumes come in after, they all add Carroll School of Management, Summer Catalyst program, and the courses they took. And so employers become really interested. A lot of our alumni say, employers said to me, what is this you took in the Carroll School of Management? Like, tell me about that. It gives the students a chance to talk about their interest, their curiosity, and their desire to work hard, right? To kind of give up the summer, um, to be on campus and to be taking classes that they don't have to take. And so nobody has to be here, right? And we tell students that we love the energy here because nobody has to be here. You all want to be here. And that makes for an optimal teaching and learning environment. And then students can sell that kind of, we teach them how to monetize their knowledge and reduce risk, and mitigate risk and to maximize, returns. So how do you talk about that? And what do you say about why did you do that? And to have a good answer for that. Well, I was curious. And here's what I learned in the program. And you didn't have to take it. Nope. And so employers love that, right? They love that. And so here are the costs this year and the tuition set by the Board of Trustees, 16,353 for all of the classes, books and learning materials, all program events, field trips, lunches, all of the things we do. And most students don't live in Eastern Massachusetts. And so most students will lease an apartment. There's a lot of subletting available because most of the close nearby on off-campus apartments are vacant right after May 5th or 10th. So there's a ton of opportunity for students to rent if they want to be off campus. I would say over the past few years, most of our students live on campus. And so we technically need permission from the Office of Summer Housing. They oversee housing. We don't control housing. We haven't gotten a final green light on whether students can live on yet. But they've been on for the past 3 years and they know we're in the queue to get, permission to house our students on campus. And when they live on campus, what we do is we built in an extra day for students to move in, which would be the day after university commencement, which is that last Monday. Always the last Monday in May that's not Memorial Day. So the Tuesday students move in. Again, we're presuming they'll have the opportunity to live on campus. And they do really well in dorms because the dorms have little kitchens. The last 2 years, it's been in Voute Hall, right on the corner of Linden Lane, our main entrance off Commonwealth. Linden and Commonwealth, that corner there near St. Mary's Hall, right at that corner. They walk down Linden Lane and come right into our building. Air conditioning, yes. Close and safe, easy commute. So, but we'll be letting students know. And we have an info session with young alumni or with Catalyst alumni who are current students next Thursday night, 5 o'clock in Fulton. And that's in the Lynch Conference Center next Thursday, a week from tonight. If you want to remind your sons or daughters that there's an info session next week at 5 p.m., same day, Thursday, 5 p.m. And we always get a great turnout, and we'd like to meet your sons and daughters. Okay, and the last thing here on costs. Oh, the per night cost is roughly $30 per night if a student wants to live on campus. And that's arranged through the student and BC summer housing. And we'll share links. We share links with students on our website, catalyst@bc.edu, that will connect them to summer housing application. Okay, and need-based scholarships are available. Now, the condition is that a student needs to receive financial aid from Boston College already to be eligible for need-based financial aid for Catalyst. And we ask that students that apply for financial aid for Catalyst do so by February 10th. Okay, and here is a picture from our graduation last summer. At the end, down in the Fulton atrium, celebrate some cake and students give some talks, and you can see in this picture students holding their certificates. And I think that's it, unless we have any questions. We doing Mackenzie on that? Okay. Chat. Well, we're at 6:25, I see. And we wanted to be efficient. I'll just check my notes and make sure I've gotten through everything. I could say this, because we're in our 12th year, maybe I would say, like any other program, early in the life of the program, we tried some things, we experimented. We try always to innovate in the Carroll School. Our dean is very innovative. And we got some bugs out, I would say. Maybe we made some changes about what worked as would be natural. We really have it running smoothly now. And we've had, over 800 students take the program. And to a person, it's been a game changer, right? So we're really happy with the outcomes of the program. And really, it's very harmonious with our minors because, again, it gives a taste, a look, and see if this is something a student wants to pursue. And again, maybe they don't, but it's really important for students who go into any line of work. All the parents know they need to know what the accountants do. They need to know what the finance folks do. They need to know what the marketing department does. They need to learn about contracts and business law and intellectual property and how to form a business, power of government agencies, things they might learn in law, career strategies, how to get a job, how to network, how to use LinkedIn effectively, how to search, how to position yourself, how to describe your major, and your minor, your co-concentrations. Why are you a philosophy major with a finance minor? Tell me about that. And our students practice answering that in an authentic way. And I really see all the time that they're able to distinguish themselves in special ways. So again, employers love our students. and we love meeting them. So I have office hours, and I have a TA that helps me manage office hours for Catalyst applicants and those interested. So we welcome your son or daughter to come in. We think we're ready to go. I have a question. Let's see. Okay, it's a good question. This question comes in regarding the competitiveness of the program. And so we're looking at that data all the time, and we'll make admission decisions in March. The application closes a few days after spring break. We wanted to give the students, winter, they're crawling out of hibernation right now. So the week after spring break, and then we'll make decisions in the middle of March and let students know by the end of March, first week of April. So everything's competitive at BC. Everything's super competitive in the Carroll School of Management. I think that what I would say is it's competitive, it's selective with a heart, right? So BC students have been pre-screened. They're BC students. So we know that every student practically that we walk by on campus was one of the top students in their high schools. And they've taken, competitive math classes, they've taken AP classes, they've excelled. They're all around, committed young people who are givers and who care about their neighbors. So they're pre-screened. So we see everything in the light most favorable to the applicants. And sometimes students freshman year might hit a few bumps, it's a bumpy ride. They might be in the wrong major. So their GPA might be a little lower, but their essay could explain that. Maybe they were in the wrong major. And so they're trying to figure it out. So we look at all things. We look at their personal statements and their resumes, and we try to discern, if the student is applying to our program for the right reasons and what kind of gifts and talents they would bring and energy, what kind of energy, would they bring to the program to enrich our cohort. And so again, selective with a heart, with a big heart, right? This is Boston College. So I think that's it. And I'm cognizant of time, 6:28. And I thank all of the parents for joining. And again, I thank Allie and Mackenzie for helping respond to questions. We'll be available by email at Catalyst. You can see at the bottom at bc.edu, and send your young people, your star children, to the info session a week from tonight at 5 o'clock. We'd love to meet them. And I thank all of you for zooming in with us. You're busy people. And thanks for your commitment to Boston College. It's a great place, special place. It's a great time to be here as a student. And we thank you again for your interest in the Catalyst program. Have a great night, everybody.